Hey everybody, Pandi here of Pandi's Hair Candy and more, as well as the Simply Pandi Show. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. If we are already chat family, welcome back. You already know that I am super excited to see you here. And thank you all for taking a moment to come on over and kick it with your girl. Today, I am going to be bringing you a little bit of trending recaps with Pandi. In this type of live stream, we'll just be chopping it up, chitting and chatting about various things that we have seen transpiring throughout the previous week, either here on social media as well as in our local news media outlets. So go ahead and grab yourself a snack or two or three and your favorite beverage and get comfortable, and feel free to join in and chime in the conversation. I do always appreciate and enjoy your feedback. Also, if you didn't remember to do so on your way coming in, please don't forget to blow dry on that like button for me. That way the content is shared and distributed on this platform. And if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and double tap that notification bell so that you are notified each and every time that new content is added to the channel. Also, if you have the ability to do so, sharing is definitely caring. Make sure you share the video out. Shout out to the replay gang. Share this video out with a cousin, sister, mama, auntie, friend, co-worker, so that more people are aware of the channel. I am trying to grow the channel, guys, and I would love it if you could support in that fashion. So once again, I want to take a moment to thank you for clicking on this video. Again, this is going to be an open chat. We're going to just be discussing some things that have been going on in the trending headlines and the viral news stories and all that in between. So again, without further ado, go ahead and get yourself situated and we will begin the live stream momentarily. Welcome, 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 and I so appreciate you being here. Peace. Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me okay? All right, I apologize, y'all. Your girl sat down on the couch and I thought I was gonna take a cat nap, and I literally just popped up like, so I do apologize if you guys have been waiting. I apologize. I overslept. I'm so sorry. And then I set this stream up on my new Chromebook, and this was like my first time using it. And so I didn't really know where the features were to pull up my intro video and all that. So I just apologize, y'all. I messed up tonight. All right. So I hope y'all forgive me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for being here. It is officially day 19 of the hashtag Julive challenge. I wanted to use this. I wanted to use this other device because I get crappy picture on my PC. And so I wanted to use this to see if it was better. And so far on my phone, it does look better and clearer. It looks like you guys can hear me good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So tonight it is day 19. Thank you all for being here. If you did not remember to do so on your way coming in, please make sure that you blow dry on the like button for me. You blow dry by that good old thumbs up. Okay. Oh, thank you, Miss Full Roller. Yes, I went to sleep. Wait, I went to sleep thinking about speeding. No, 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 Robert. No. Hold on, let me try to bring the comments up on here so I can quit looking down at my phone. Oh my goodness, the picture looks way better. I will say that. I will be using this. Um, I really got this to be able to run playlists. And so I can quit always running my computer. My tablet is super slow. Everything is super slow, but everything I've been using is so old. Okay, why isn't it? Okay, there go y'all's comments. This is perfect, y'all. So yeah, y'all, I had sat down to call myself taking a cat nap, and it was a wrap. Gotta get that. Yeah, them Z's. Oh my God, because I be having to be to work so early and then going so late. But it all work itself out because next week I start my vacation going into August, okay? Hey, Miss Rain, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. So, shout out to everybody, all members, welcome members. Please remember that as a part of your perks to your membership, you can use the exclamation mark and the word member, and it will drop your link into the chat so others can connect with you. So, please feel free to do that. Not a cat nap, but a lioness nap. Yeah, baby. I was sleeping good because I was like, oh my God, it is 9:10. I had to hurry up and hop up, fix my scarf. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I'm at home chilling. And here we are. So, earlier on in my intro videos, when I said, I talked about the July challenge, I mentioned that we were going to do live streaming every single day in the month of July. I also mentioned that on some of those days, I even did some polls saying that there were going to be subby nights, okay, where the subbies could choose the topics. And so last night in yesterday's live, we had decided that we were going to have a conversation about some of what's going on in the political arena. And so, because I normally don't talk politics and stuff like that on this channel, I am going to say before we begin this conversation, I want us to have this conversation, but I just want us to be mindful of using like highly inflammatory words and language. So, when we discuss what has happened to the young lady, the child involved, I'm going to say the R word that rhymes with ape. We're not going to use that word at all, either verbally or typed, please. So please don't put that, because if you put that in here, I'm going to block you, okay? Just because I ain't got time for that kind of smoke with YouTube. But I do want to have the conversation. So as long as we're all on the same page, y'all give me a thumbs up and we're going to go ahead and do this. So, waiting for the thumbs up, waiting for the thumbs up. So, we are going to be jumping into this conversation. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a preface as to what exactly we're talking about. I'm going to tell you all a little bit about the story based on what I found as I was researching it. And then we're going to talk about it. I just want to get you guys this perspective and kind of see like where do we go from here? Because this is serious, and this particular story that we're going to be discussing tonight is just one slice of, what's to come. Okay, so this basically is a result of the whole Roe versus Wade situation being overturned. Okay, cool. So I see the thumbs up in the chat. Let me share. So again, if you do want to use the word, just say ape, and I'll know what you're talking about. Okay. And mods, if you see that word in there, just go ahead and take that word out. We don't necessarily need to block anybody, but I just don't want that crap in here because I don't do this type of content. But I do think that it's important that we have this conversation. And thank you to Robert Gant for suggesting it. Okay. Shout out to you. So basically, what we're going to be talking about tonight is how the 10-year-old ape victim who traveled for an abortion became a part of a whole political firestorm, right? So there is this case, and the case is all around a 10-year-old girl who had to travel from her home in Ohio to Indiana, right? Hold on, y'all. I need to do my disclaimer, huh? To be on the safe side. Let me do my disclaimer. So I am going to do my disclaimer. This is for fair use, commentary, criticism, and educational purposes. Okay, guys? And this is an open conversation so that we can learn from it and kind of really dissect the environment that we're being exposed to here as a result of this law being overturned. So this is fair use under the Copyright Disclaimer Act of 1976. All right, so y'all seen that, right? Okay, so this is covered under the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use for commentary, criticism, learning, education purposes, right? So in this case, it is a 10-year-old girl who traveled from her home in Ohio to Indiana to receive an abortion after being the R word. This has become national news and a major political issue following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. The child, then nearly 6.5 weeks pregnant, could not legally receive an abortion in Ohio due to the state's fetal heartbeat law, which went into effect after the court abolished the constitutional right to an abortion. Her doctor phoned Indianapolis physician Dr. Caitlin Bernard, who agreed to perform the procedure. Bernard went public with the story in the Indianapolis Star. The response from both sides of the abortion debate has been uncompromising for advocates of abortion rights, including President Biden. He has been noted as saying that the girl was an example of how new abortion restrictions were already harming the most vulnerable people. But abortion opponents have doubled down. Jim Bopp, an Indiana lawyer and general counsel for the National Right to Life, believes the girl should have carried the child to term. This Indiana lawyer and general counsel for the National Right to Life believes the 10-year-old girl should have carried this child to full term. She would have had the baby, and as many women who have had babies as a result of the R word, We would hope that she would understand the reason and ultimately the benefit of having the child, Bob told Political this week. We don't think, as heart wrenching as those circumstances are, we don't think we should devalue the life of the baby because of the sins of the father. Mm. Now, what we do know about this case, here's a little bit of the details on the backstory. So, the Columbus Police Department was informed about the child's pregnancy on June 22nd after the Franklin County Children's Services Agency filed a complaint. Officers have since already arrested Fuentes, 27, who confessed to R wording the girl at least twice. Mm. He is currently being held at the Franklin County Jail on a $2 million bond. Detectives investigating the case collected Fuentes' DNA to confirm his paternity, and he faces a potential life sentence if found guilty. Now, the case was brought to national attention after Biden delivered impassioned remarks while signing an executive order to better protect access to abortion in response to the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade on July 8th. So this is all very fresh and very new. Biden called the Supreme Court's decision extreme. Since Roe has been overturned, four states have banned abortion, with no exception for R, which we know is the R word that rhymes with ape, being overturned, or incest, unless the mother's life is at risk. Some would probably argue that her life would have been at risk if attempting to carry that child full term, but I'm sure that's up for debate. This isn't some imagined horror, Biden said. It's already happening. Just last week, it was reported that a 10-year-old girl was a R victim, and she was forced to have to travel outside the state of Indiana to seek to terminate the pregnancy. Now, many conservative lawmakers and media outlets, including the Wall Street Journal's editorial page, reacted to Biden's speech by casting doubt that the 10-year-old girl's case even existed. Hmm. So I guess a lot of them thought this was some type of hoax. I'm not sure. And that changed after Columbia police announced the arrest of a suspect in the case. Now, how officials are reacting, and this was current as of the 15th. So this was from 4 days ago. Indiana's current law allows for an abortion up to 22 weeks of pregnancy, but that's likely to change following the state's special legislation session on July 25th. Both the chambers of the General Assembly have conservative supermajorities and Republican leaders, and they have promised to increase abortion restrictions. Now, while Republican Governor Eric Holcomb called the 10-year-old's case a horrific example, he did not specify the type of restrictions residents can expect. Wow. And we're almost finished here, guys, giving y'all all the details. So, across the United States, the Centers for Disease Control, basically the CDC, indicates that nearly 3 million women will have experienced R related pregnancy in their lifetimes, with an estimated 1 in 9 girls being under the age of 18. And while the data about R related pregnancy is limited, a 2020 CDC report found that more than 1,700 infants were born to children ages 10 through 14. Those statistics are of great concern, experts say. Wow. So that just gives us more information, more of the numbers and the statistics around these types of R word related pregnancies and the alarming numbers that surround them. And then they also go on to say that since May 9th, there have been 50 police reports of R or sexual abuse for girls aged 15 or younger in Columbus, Ohio alone, which is where this occurred. Though experts say confidentiality laws mean some reports may not be included in that figure, experts also point out that most sexual assaults do go unreported. The Ohio Department of Health has indicated that there were 52 abortions that took place in children aged 15 and younger in 2020, down from the 63 that were recorded in 2019. Wow. Wow. The abortion rates for teens are higher than for adults, with an estimated 28% of pregnancies for people aged 15 to 17 ending in abortion. The strict new abortion laws will disproportionately affect the socially economically vulnerable and especially low income women of color that live in states like Alabama, with one of the most restrictive abortion policies and the highest teen birth rates. Mm. So, with all that being said, guys, about this case, the question I will pose to you all and to open up this conversation is, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I'm curious to see what you all have to say. What are y'all's thoughts after hearing those alarming numbers? I had no idea the numbers were that high with regards to people age 15 and younger. And then I do have to say that I kind of agree with what the experts are saying about the socially, economically challenged areas, being prone to being affected way worse in more extreme ways. Let's see what y'all are saying. Wait, who couldn't take that pressure, Robert? What? Give me the backstory on what that comment means. Who couldn't take the pressure? So we are to have a baby raising a baby. Don't make any sense to me. I can't even. I was just floored at seeing that they actually thought it would have been better for her to carry the child to full term. I'm like, oh wow, okay. 10 years. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, if the law says, if they offer some type of wiggle room for if it puts her life in danger, I would say that her life would definitely be in danger. You know, it's dangerous for a full grown woman, age 18 or older, to have a child or deliver it, go through childbirth. They are pro birth, not pro life, as they don't care about the life that is already here. Wow. Is that a real term? Pro birth. I don't think I ever even heard of that before. This is so deep. Robert, this is why I didn't want to talk about these type of subjects. Because I definitely think these are definitely conversations that need to be had, but then I feel like we're at a standstill as far as what we can do about it to impact any type of change. You know what I mean? Miss Full Roller says, yes. Hey, Trouble Entertainment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Many of the victims are young girls and the age of 18 and done by a yes. Yes, and then can you just think and imagine how traumatized this young lady, well, I don't even want to refer to her as a young lady, this young girl must be as a result of this. Hey, Jessica, welcome in. The 10-year-old body can't take the pressure of giving birth. Right. Okay, I see what you were saying now. Ugh, good grief. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I like this. I really like this. This is a great conversation. It's touchy, but a great conversation nonetheless. It's religious hypocrisy. Jessica speaking to everyone. So, okay, I like this here. What Robert says, we have to talk about it. Why are old men telling women what to do with their body? What to do with their body? Not even old men. I don't think that it's necessarily old men, even Robert. I feel like it's the government. Why is the government stepping in and telling women what to do with their bodies? This goes back to what happened to a woman's right to choose, right? This whole thing goes back to a woman's right to choose. And this is just a sidebar because that's a whole nother conversation, I feel like. And, there will be people on both sides of the line in that conversation. But this tonight's topic and tonight's conversation was specifically about this 10-year-old child whose family was forced to leave their home state of Ohio to drive to Indiana to have this abortion performed, 10 years old, because she was already 6.5 weeks pregnant as a result of being R worded, which rhymes with eight, by someone who was, hold on, I'm trying to look back at the age of this man, 27 years old, who confessed to committing the violation at least twice. Now, with this particular situation, I don't think that it's dealing with a woman's right to choose. We know that she's not of the age of consent. This was definitely a violation. And it's sad how Roe v. Wade being overturned not only affected this child's life, but it touched it in a major kind of way. And now it's sparked this national outrage in this conversation, which is what we're discussing tonight. And my question still is, what do we do now? And where do we go from here? And I mean, how do we avoid this? Are people gonna, you know, be more conscious of where they live and move if they have children or if they have daughters because, God forbid something should happen and they may want to utilize expressing their right to choose, but they're in a state where it's illegal. I mean, like, I'm just throwing stuff out there, y'all, because y'all wanted to have this conversation. So let me see what y'all are saying. Let me see what y'all are saying. Jessica says men or women should not tell men or women what to do with their bodies. Amen. I agree. Child abusers are protected by society. Sad but true. Sad but true. The government is supported by the people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but with the laws and then the vast variety, why is it okay still in certain areas and then certain areas? Like, for example, the article that I just was looking at, they're apparently the strictest in the US is Alabama. Why is that? We know that that's a very disenfranchised region. So, why is that? Access is very limited. Why is that? And then those numbers for the actual births of girls, I don't even want to say women, but of girls age 15 and younger, those numbers were alarming. Oh my God, they were really high. Robert says, I remember sneaking into my sister's room and reading Our Bodies, Ourself book. I think that was the name. I learned a lot. A lot and kind of understand what women go through. Yeah. Oh my goodness. People need to stand up. That's the only way it's going to stop. Do we think that it can be reversed? Do we think that it will be reversed? You know, just taking a look at your specific region, what is the likelihood of that happening? Because I hate that this young girl had to go through this situation, but I do think that this serves as a prime example of many more stories like it to come as a result of the current political climate. Oh boy, my battery is going low. Robert wanted to talk about this. Yeah, yeah, Robert. And it is very triggering. I will have to agree. I'm sorry, Miss Ford, but we can't sweep it under the rug any longer. Yeah. So, okay, let's flip the narrative because I will agree with Miss Full Roller. It is very triggering. And I also agree with Robert. I do think, it's time out for sweeping these type of things under the rug, but just us. I mean, I'm one person. Miss Full Roller is one person. Jessica's one person. Robert's one person. We're all individuals. Like, aside from having these conversations, what can the people do? I know Miss Full Roller mentioned people can take a stand. What does that look like? Because when I hear that, to me, that means protesting, that means marching, that means grassroots campaigns and all of that. And sad but true, I also see that as being dangerous, especially if you're a minority in this current political climate. So, where do we go from here? I find myself back at that question, where do we go from here? Yeah, this Bible Belt ain't no joke. Hey, phone check 72. What's up, phone check? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you all for being here. And I do realize this is a touchy conversation. So, you guys, if it's triggering, let's try to just keep it as generic as possible. Oh, phone check. Did you see I shared your last video and I sidebar y'all. I tagged Megan the Stallion. I was like, ooh, I hope this don't get me cussed out by Meg's crew. But yeah, the lady you was interviewing said she was trying to get at Meg. So I was like, let me go ahead and share this out and help her out. So tonight, for those of you who are just coming in and those of you who may be in the bushes wondering like what in the world are they talking about? Tonight we were talking about the current political climate as a result of the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade, and how that has negative effects on women and how it will have negative effects and impacts on families going forward. And so, what we used as a topic for that conversation was the 10-year-old girl out of Ohio whose family was forced to drive her into Indianapolis because she had been R word, which rhymes with ape. We ain't gonna speak it and we ain't gonna type it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, she had that happen, which was a complete violation at the age of 10 years old. She had to be driven into Indianapolis to have an abortion performed because that occurred by a 27-year-old gentleman who confessed he violated her on at least two times. Okay, and because of the recent Roe versus Wade being overturned, it was illegal to have it performed in her home state of Ohio. So, what we were talking about was, with all that being said, and looking at these astonishing numbers, especially in her home state, the numbers are through the roof for childbirth amongst girls age 15 and younger. How dangerous and how extreme it's going to be to the more disenfranchised regions. You know what I'm saying? And then my question was, with all that being said, and us hearing all this and seeing all this going on in the media, like, what do we just as normal, common people do? And is there anything that can be done? What can we do? Where do we go from here? If you're a mother of girls or daughters, even if you're not a mother, you are a woman. Or you may be a man and you have daughters, you have wives, you have cousins, sisters, aunties. This goes back to the larger picture of a woman's right to choose. But ultimately, I can just foresee, events such as this one with the 10-year-old girl happening everywhere. And what do we do? Because you had an attorney come forward who spoke on behalf of, I like the term that Ms. Fullroller used, pro birthers and not pro lifers, meaning that they cared about the birth and not the life of the person who would be affected, stating that she should not have been allowed to go across state lines to get that done. She should have carried the child full term and disregarded the sins of the father. So, what are our thoughts? Where are our thoughts, and where do we go from here? Oh, let's see what y'all are saying. Miss Fullroller says, no, it starts right in our own families with raising our children. Folks have been going along with the program and not questioning these things. Yep. Now we're here with this complete foolery. Complete foolery. Yep. Mm-hmm. I agree with that statement. And it needs to be talked and handled as well. And that's true too, Robert. But even like, for example, I'm here on my YouTube channel. We're on YouTube. We're on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these different social media apps that we have, right? And we're content creators, but I'm gonna be probably penalized. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be penalized probably for having this conversation. Now, I'm not tripping off of that. if I can't monetize this particular video, that's no big deal, because I do believe that this conversation is, way more bigger and needs to be had. But I'm just saying, do you see how we're kind of put in a box? There's conversations and topics that do need to be touched on and had, but then when we go to have them to enlighten people, to bring about awareness, you're either going to be penalized or your video removed or flagged. I mean, so that's why I'm just like, again, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Miss Fulrella said it's been happening many times. They have blocked and stalled until it was too late for the child to do anything and had to carry it to term. And can you imagine the emotional state? Because let me tell you, let me share a little piece of me. Y'all know I don't get too much into my personal background on YouTube or social media like that because it's just not nobody's business. But what I will say is, as a younger mother, I'm in my late 40s, my children are grown now, and I'm also a grandmother. As a younger mother who was in her early 20s with small children, it is a very emotional thing. Like, you just don't know up from down. You got a ton of emotions going on. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. So I can't even imagine a 10-year-old having to do, I can't imagine it. And then what I think the hardest part for me to wrap my brain around is the government is making the decision. The decision is not even you as a parent. Her parents um right to actually speak and step up and determine, okay, my child was violated, and as a result of this violation, she's been impregnated. Hell no, we're about to take her and get her taken care of so that she doesn't have to, live with this trauma. And then it's like you have this entity step in and say, no, we don't care that you're the parents and we don't care that that's how you feel. You are not allowed to do that. You see what I'm saying? So, y'all, it's crazy. I'm telling you, I be feeling so sad for the people who, not the people, but just for young people who are out here trying to raise families. It's just too much. It's too much. Hey, GA girl, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's see what y'all are saying. Jessica says, don't think, ooh. Phone check 72 says, New World Order. My God, today. GA girl saying hello. Sad. It is very sad. Thank you so much, GA girl, for the share. I appreciate it. Uh, leave it to you. Exactly, Robert. I was like, oh my God, I don't know if we want to have this conversation. Because, listen, Robert, if I got a bunch of people start attacking me in my comments, I'm coming for you. I'm just playing because you know how it goes. You, as soon as you come with a touchy subject, they get in your comments and they start getting on you. Hey, Panama City, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. This is officially day 19. I hope so, Jessica, and I think so. We haven't gotten too far off the rails, and I think it's okay. And like I said, I'll take the. what is it? I'm gonna lose $2 off the video. So I ain't tripping, okay? I think it's a great conversation to have. So for those of you who are just coming in, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to blow dry on the like button for me. This is day 19 of the Jew Live Challenge. Hashtag Jew Live, going live every single day in the month of July in either a live stream or a live premiere. I can't believe I've been doing it every single day. Look, pat myself on the back. Although I did miss one day. I missed the 18th. OMG, the world is mine. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my goodness. Let me see what it says. Oh, thank you. I got my tubes tied after my fourth child. I can only imagine what's to come. Hello, everyone. Oh my God. It's crazy the world because I'm on this new laptop. I ain't gonna play my little. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. Thank you, baby, for the super chat. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, we were just talking about okay, tonight was Subby's choice. Okay, so one subby, Robert Gant, decided that it would be a good idea to have a conversation about this particular case because, as we all know, this current political climate is really touch and go right now. You got a lot going on with Ukraine, Russia, and then, of course, the U.S. Supreme Court just recently overturned Roe v. Wade. And then, so the headlines being, because I like to cover trending topics, I like to bring news you can use, offer my perspective and my commentary. And so I was just giving you all the backstory on the situation with the 10-year-old out of Ohio whose family ultimately ended up having to travel from their home to Indiana to receive an abortion because she was R word rhyming with ape. I don't want to put that word in my stream, y'all, so y'all know what I'm talking about. And the child was nearly 6.5 weeks pregnant. Okay. And the gentleman who had actually assaulted her and impregnated her confessed to actually violating her on at least two occasions, which is just crazy to me. And you had anti abortion rights lawyers who have been pretty much going back and forth with the pro lifers. And it's just been this whole big thing. Good night, Jessica. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Good night, phone check. So yeah, just bringing y'all up to speed for those of you who may have just came in. And then we also shared how the numbers are alarmingly high for young girls age 15 and younger as a result of those strict new laws that are now going to come into place as a result of Roe v. Wade being overturned. And so my question was, at the end of the day, where do we go from here? How do we move? And so everybody's just been chiming in and giving their individual feedback, and we just been discussing it. Miss Full Roller says, question everything you have been taught and brought up with. Passivity to the thought it could never happen again is why we're here. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I will say this has definitely been a very controversial topic and one that I didn't think that I would be touching, but leave it up to our very own Robert Gant to always challenge us Even though I said, ooh, I don't want to touch that at all. I'm not going to be touching that at all during this challenge. But I mean, at some point, you do want to talk about it. You just got to be very careful because, like Robert and Miss Fool Roller both mentioned, although these are very triggering topics, we need to stop with the sweeping stuff under a rug or the whole what goes on in my house stays in my house mentality. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Panama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Panama, or the super sticker. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate y'all. Let's see what Robert says here. He says, until the Supreme Court becomes even again, a whole lot of things will be overturned. Biden is not the president he think he is. Trump will be back. Ooh, Jesus. And it will take longer for things to work. Now, you guys know what? Let me bring that down. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you for the super sticker. Thank you, guys. You know, Handy talking about you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You got me in this heated conversation. So that has been like my biggest fear. I'm like, you know what? Y'all, all of this is a bigger in the bigger picture, all of this with what's going on with the US Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade, this whole why did this young 10-year-old story get picked out of the millions, or I would say at least thousands of children who find themselves in those type of situations? Why did it get picked out to be used as a political pawn in the grand scheme of this political climate? Like it, in my opinion, I kind of feel like it's a deflection tactic to kind of take our eyes off of what's really happening at large with what Robert just said about that certain individual trying to make his reentry back into the seat. And y'all know I don't discuss politics over here, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I gotta call it like I see it. What are y'all's thoughts? What are y'all's thoughts? Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, man, Robert, you got me in the hot seat. You got me in the hot seat. This situation right here is why the past president's term was so dangerous. This is why they wanted him there. Ooh, Miss Florilla explained that. I'm trying to because to me it seemed like they was doing everything they could to get him out of there. So enlighten me. Thank you, Panama. Phone check. I agree. Right. Right. All right, Robert. Don't be putting them presidents' names up in the stream, y'all. I'm so scary. I don't want nothing flagging my vigil. Okay? I'm like, I'm going back to elementary school of the YouTuber's handbook, honey. Don't put them people's name in the chat. But let's see. Obama didn't follow through on what he was supposed to do. Obama was too soft. Come on now, don't come for my president. You married into a political family? Oh boy. Look at Agent Orange. Wait, y'all, listen. Me and my coworker, we be chatting right at work, and it's just like I never thought in my lifetime that I would see people scaling Capitol Hill, the walls of Capitol Hill, and storming the building. Storming the building with dang Viking hats on, with horns on them, and all this old crazy stuff. I'm just like, is this really happening? And, I don't know if you all have been following the trial. The trial that they're doing the investigation into that whole thing. My whole thing is anything going to be done? Is this man going to be held accountable? Because I can almost guarantee if it was Obama, he would be held accountable. I'm just saying. It's so crazy to me, y'all. It's so crazy. This conversation, see, right now, we're tipping our 1 foot into the rabbit hole, Robert, and I don't want to go in the rabbit hole. He was a little soft. I, my president wasn't soft. I just think they kind of had him so hemmed up and in a box, he couldn't make a move for the people if he wanted to. I don't think it was a situation of him being soft. I just think it was a whole game, you know. But this current situation and all this stuff that's going on right now, the fact that we're talking about what happened with this little girl, we're talking about Roe versus Wade, we're talking about the trial, of all those professional people that went and stormed on the freaking US Capitol after being at this rally, after being told verbally prior to the rally to go and storm the joint. So I think it's all a deflection to get our eyes off of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is at the end of the day, are you registered to vote? Are you registered to vote? And will you be voting? Are you voting in your local regions right now in the primaries? Because, I mean, we can't really even come to the table and have this conversation if we're not doing our part. I get into it, look, not get into it, but I verbally spar with people here in my area so often on that alone. Like, how you got so much to say and you ain't doing nothing to impact change? Really? Didn't even care about. Oh my God! He sent them people for him. He sure didn't. Man, this is like some stuff out of a movie. How is this happening? How is this happening? Like, I would have never thought. I just would have never thought. Wait. What Miss Full Roller say? To continue my previous comment so that there would be a majority to see what we have now. They've been trying to do this since Rover was enacted. Yep. Since what Margaret Sanger and all of them created it, I will have to agree with you there. Mm-hmm. He could have stopped the filibuster. Maybe. You and this Agent Orange. Robert gonna get my video flagged. Robert is such a clown. But I ain't mad. I ain't mad. This is a good conversation. So in closing, we gonna bring it to a close, guys. Because we're at our 1 hour mark and it's late. And your girl gotta be up and at work at 7:45 a.m. So I'm gonna bring it to a close. I really appreciate, even though this was outside of the box, this caused me to step outside of my comfort zone a little bit. I feel like we had some good conversation. I feel like we were able to get some things off our chest and fellowship and laugh and really look at some of the larger issues at hand, which I feel like we can take away some things from this virtual realm into our natural realms, okay, in our local communities. So I'm glad. I like the turnout. I'm appreciative of how things went. You need a Zoom to talk about. Oh my God, Robert, you are too much. But I agree because yeah, they will definitely censor it on a platform like YouTube or a Facebook. Yes. Let's see what Miss Florilla says. It has to start at home. Girls, many times, are not believed when they tell that someone has harmed them, especially when it's a family member that did it. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, that in itself is so hurtful. And it only, I think you're right about that, Miss Fuller, because I remember growing up, so many of my friends, I remember one while, I want to say I was between the ages of 12 and 14, and almost all of my friends, like if you put us in a group of 10, you could bank on at least 5 to 7 of those girls having, been molested or R word or just some type of way inappropriately handled. And it was either a family member or a close family friend. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that was, oh, we call him uncle, but he ain't really our uncle. He a little off or he a little slow. I remember me and my coworker was talking about this too. Like, back in the day when we was coming up, and we're not that old, but there was always somebody like a cousin or an uncle that, oh, he's that's uncle so and so, we keep him up there in that room, that they just kind of like, because, and I this goes back to my other conversation, the stigma of mental illness, especially in the Black community. We didn't deal with or address mental illness. It wasn't something that was even spoken of. It was very taboo. There was a large stigma associated with it. Counseling, what? No, we gonna take him and lay him on the altar. They have the pastor anoint his head and put hands on him. That's just what it was. And so a lot of this stuff went unaddressed. But I don't know what made me just think about that. But I remember one while when I was a teenager, just being like, dang, as young girls, you talking, you hanging out with your friends, you spending the night with your friends, y'all kicking it. And, one of your girlfriends confides in you that she's been violated. And I remember even talking with a group of us and it just being like this unspoken acceptance that this is just what happens. We have to be careful that it doesn't happen to us because this is what happens. I remember that like it was yesterday, and this was over 30 years ago, you know? So it's terrible. I agree. It does start at home, Miss Full Roller. You're welcome, Robert. Even though if these people come for me in the comments, I'm gonna be like, y'all need to go holler at Robert Gant. I'm gonna send them right over to you. My altar was to take him out back. Oh my God. Okay, let me quit. I'm speaking from personal experience, so I know what it feels like. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. My God. So yeah, this has been. I actually feel light. I feel lighter. I was a bit nervous about having this conversation, but I'm glad we did. I appreciate you all that came out to support, and that who have been supporting me in this July challenge. And I welcome any of y'all, even though it's the 19th going on the 20th. It's not too late to jump on board. If you would like to get involved and you are a content creator, all you have to do is do what you're doing regularly on your channel, and that is going live or putting your uploads in and premiering them live and using the hashtag Jew Live in your title as well as your description and tagging me in the video. You're tagging me in the video because it will send a notification to me so that I can share you out, because I'm all about the cross support and trying to help everybody win, because YouTube is big enough that we all should be able to eat, okay? And then using the hashtag is going to allow people to go to the search bar in YouTube, look you up, because if you're like me and you at work and you missing the live stream, but you want to come back and catch the replay, you can go right there and pull up all the videos that contain that hashtag in it, because this is our second annual July challenge. So it's been in there. We've been doing this. And so I can easily find you, and so can others. So hop on board if you want to hop on board. I've been trying to share you out on both YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, as my way of cross supporting. What do you mean by tagging you in the video? Oh, tagging me in the video, Miss Full Roller. You know how you do the @ sign and my channel name. Like when we share each other's videos and we'll put the @ so that you get an alert telling you that I shared your video. That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm telling you, I've been seeing, like, I want to shout out Miss Key Kitchen, GA Georgia Girl, I Am Every Woman, Miss Rochelle Vanterpool, Really TT, Miss Kim's, Bling Bar, and more. And I hope I'm not missing someone. Those ladies for sure have been rocking out with me on this July challenge since the beginning of the month. So yeah, and it's great because it's a great way to cross support, and by putting out that consistent content on a regular basis, it's establishing you in the algorithm so that YouTube might just recommend you, and it's a great way to see if you can go viral. And although you may not go viral, you're going to definitely get some traffic over to your channel and some new viewerships and some new subscribers. Yeah. All right. So that pretty much is day 19 in a nutshell, y'all. I am not going to keep y'all much longer. This has been a great topic, although I was very nervous. I was very nervous, and I again apologize. I was late. I tried to call myself taking a nap, and I woke up after 9 o'clock. So, and then I'm using a different device to go live, and I didn't know how to work it. This is my first time using it. So, thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. I am Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More. Um, Definitely check me out. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is double tapped. Also, if you're interested in getting business tips as well as business opportunity, you can definitely subscribe to my Making Money Moves with Pandi channel. That is where I'm going to be putting content on business, everything business related. Also, I will be moving topics like this where I'm doing commentary, covering news, trending topics, and things of that sort. That will be going on my The Simply Pandi channel. So just know that if you see those 3 channels, they got my name in it somewhere. The Simply Pandi Show, Making Money Moves with Pandi, or Pandi's Hair Candy and More. Then be me, okay? Then be me. All right. So again, you guys, have a wonderful night. I am going to bring this to a close. Uh-oh, if I can figure out how to scroll up. I'm so used to having a mouse. So not having a mouse on this thing is kind of weird for me. Let me see. I don't even know how to go up. But anyway, y'all, I was going to give y'all a nasty piece of outro and take us up out of here. But y'all have a good night. Welcome. I'm Pandi of Pandi's Hair Candy and More.
And I'm Primmy from Primping Ain't Easy TV.
And we are teaming up
for the July Challenge.
What is the July Challenge?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, The July Challenge is where we will be going live each and every day for the entire month of July. Hence the name July.
Wait, Pandi, did you just say we're going to be going live each and every day for the entire month of July?
Yes.
Child. Okay, continue.
However, there is a little twist to our challenge.
Oh.
This month is going to be all about the subscribers.
Okay.
We want to get to know you better, so we want for you to pick out the topics that we'll be discussing.
Ooh.
And we also want you to join our panels to weigh in.
Talk that talk.
But that's not all. We will also be doing live crafting,
Hey now.
decorating, journaling,
All right.
beauty products,
Girl, you're winning
and
me over
TV
with
show
this.
reviews, and hosting another virtual spa day.
Yay.
Since both were a big hit last year.
Oh, yes, they were.
We are also going to think about implementing some health and fitness and wellness and maybe even a few recipes into the scheme of things.
And of course, we're going to be having some tech conversations.
So we look forward to you all joining us again for the July Challenge each and every day this month.
And we will see you all in our next live stream. Bye, chatters.